Once again, welcome to SSWP, fresh off an exciting night of action at Haven. Tipping off the night, we have the appearance of the two-time SSWP World Heavyweight Champion Austin Graves. I'm Roz Goldstein, and I'm here with my broadcast partner, Zana Lorca.
So many moments made at Haven. V. Rose regained the Women's Liberty Championship, but at the cost of her sister's betrayal. The Soul Summit once again proved they have endless assets as they paid Militia to tip the scales in their matchup with Badmouth, which ultimately seems to have led to the demise of Badmouth as well.
And if there's anyone who knows about the Soul Summit, and most importantly, the World Heavyweight Champion Baca, it's this man, Austin Graves, who was defeated by Baca over a month ago. After a short hiatus, Graves is here to address the SSWP fandom at once.
You have no idea how great it is to see you all again. I apologize for my absence. After I lost the World Heavyweight Championship at Emerald Fusion, I just needed some time to think. I've done pretty well for myself here, at least I hope I have. I'm a two-time SSWP World Heavyweight Champion, and I'd like to say I'm one of the premier performers in this company, but I just haven't been able to hold on to that glory for very long, and I know you're all tired of me letting you down. Your support has meant the world to me, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. However, the last few weeks I've had to really sit and reflect on my losses. Quite frankly, I just don't know if I want to do this anymore, guys. I like to think I bring an aura, or even an energy to this arena when I set foot in it, but I've had to sit and ponder, what if I'm not as great as I think I am? You all entrusted me to take down Baca and stop the Soul Summit from taking over, but I couldn't. I fell to Baca like everyone else has.
Well, there's someone who's a bit of a blast from the past for Austin Graves. Danny Ha and Austin Graves haven't been face-to-face since their #1 contenders match at Path to Paradise nearly 9 months ago.
And he's fresh off the implosion of Badmouth, a faction he twice won gold as a member of. But the Red Ring doesn't wait on anyone, and the competition is always moving. What does Danny Ha have to say to a Austin Graves who seems to be contemplating his career?
No clue, but if his name says anything, Danny is always ready to put the exclamation point on something.
I told you that me and you would come face to face again. We had a match for the ages not long ago. What I won't allow you to do is understate how much Austin Graves means to SSWP. We have many, many talented people in this company, but the biggest moments within the World Heavyweight Championship division were painted by a man named Austin Graves. We all need you to wake up because you are far from finished.
Wait! Close call, but Militia is out here and they're attempting an attack.
Graves, with his cat-like senses, gets clean out of the way of it.
Suicide dive by Danny. Ha! Graves and Ha have sent Rodney and Zach Pitt reeling. I doubt the Soul Summit pays them enough to take beatings like that.
Well, it's not quite over. I've gotten word that Militia will take on Danny and Graves tonight.
What an eventful opening to the show, and a major development overall.
So, when are you boys gonna stop running scared and defend those titles against us? There's new blood in this division, and it's about time you paid up.
You think we're running from you? Hilarious. You haven't been here long enough for a cup of coffee, but you're bold talking a big game like this. Maybe after me and Ramel get finished whooping on Fallen tonight, we can find some time to fit you in the schedule.
And now we have a 6-woman battle royale to decide the #1 contender for Dakota Kai's Women's Impact Championship.
And here's someone who knows all too well what it's like to hold that title. Sasha Electrica, making her in-ring return in this battle royale after a brief hiatus from competition. Zana, does a return in this type of contest improve or worsen her chances?
I'd argue she's a favorite in this matchup. She has championship experience for one. And for two, we often look at 6-person battle royales as a 1 versus 5 game. In reality, it's a 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 and so on. Sasha doesn't have to do all of the work to walk out victorious. The youngest competitor on the SSWP roster, now 24 years of age, and still so much untapped potential. Riley King is a future star who can explode any day now.
Sure, but for her sake, she better be ready to give us those fireworks tonight. SSWP is indeed the land of opportunity, and there will be many more opportunities for her. But you cannot understate the importance of gaining a win over 5 other people when it comes to momentum.
If you're tuned in with us at SSWP right now, stay tuned. We have a tag duos matchup between the SSWP duos champions More Ammo and the debuting duo of Alfie and Nolan Parcher, known as Fallen.
And after the brutal display shown by the Destroyer at Haven, former world champion Grime has selected a mystery opponent to take on Hannibal Haas tonight. You don't want to miss it. My money is on Santa Claus.
Rozzy, you're pushing 40.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, Army Lauren.
And making her weekly SSWP debut, here's a name you may be hearing very soon. Newcomer Imani Lauren arrives to the Red Ring looking to deliver a bag check.
She had a very impressive battle against Riley King on the After Hours show. Ultimately came up short, but as we discussed, this is a much different playing field. And according to Mrs. Lauren, there's only 2 certain things in life. Dollars make sense, and Imani Lauren wins. Yet another newcomer. KJ Palmer hails from New Jersey and has cut her teeth in development. Today, she joins the newest class of athletes, ready to make their mark on SSWP over the next year.
And one thing I personally have constantly heard about KJ whenever I decide to make a trip to the After Hours show is her attitude, or a lack thereof. KJ is always smiling and laughing, cool as a cucumber, as the kids say.
I don't know what kids you hang around, but I don't know any who say that. Anyway, yes, KJ definitely has the mindset that not only can bring her success in this company, but make her a loved figure in the SSWP fandom.
Francis Moore.
The third eye of SSWP has once again opened. In comes Francis Evermore. Francis actually challenged Dakota Kai for the Women's Impact Championship at Haven in a losing effort. Now she's got the chance to earn another shot and potentially zig where she would have zagged and walk away as a Women's Impact Champion.
Poetic stuff there, Rozzy. Francis Evermore is very likely the most physically gifted athlete within the women's division. With an Olympic gymnastics background and deceptively great strength, Francis has given everyone she's stepped into the ring with a reason to remember her name.
As unruly as ever, the red-headed stepchild Velvet Cameron is looking to oust the competition and became a two-time Women's Impact Champion, a title she's previously only held for 21 days.
Velvet does indeed hold the stance of being one of only 4 Women's Impact Champions, despite having the shortest reign. We all know just how good Velvet is, and she does too, for better or for worse. Big boot. KJ is eliminated. Velvet Cameron has won the #1 Contenders Battle Royale.
In extremely impressive circumstances, as she eliminated over half the competitors on her own. And now, Velvet Cameron has a date with Dakota Kai in just a few short weeks. A chess match for the ages. Kai versus Cameron, it's all about impact.
And despite the smile on her face tonight, the eyes tell a different tale. V. Rose is the SSWP Women's Liberty Champion. The cost? Her sister, apparently. As during the highly anticipated championship match between V. Rose and now former Women's Liberty Champion Priscilla Kelly, Toni Rose would clear all individuals in and out of the ring, including her own sister, before dragging her unconscious sibling over Kelly for the win.
I guess a win is a win, but the betrayal from her own sister has to have V scratching her head at where things went wrong.
I'd love to come out here and tell you all how happy I am to be champion once again. But there's more important things to deal with. Toni, come out here. I'm all ears.
And that young woman right there is why we are here. There's just so many questions to be answered, and something tells me all these bottled up emotions are about to cause an explosion.
V, before I say anything, I want to make something clear. It's been a long learning experience for me since I got here. I've lost, I've won, I've been counted out, I've disappointed those who believed in me. I'm imperfect, much like everyone else here. And as a young upstart who never truly knew if she'd make it to the red ring, I took in the influence of the people around me. The people who I could trust, the people I thought I could trust, even the ones who beat me and sent me back down the ladder. They all taught me something. I say all this to say, V, what I did to you at Haven was the very first time since I've set foot in the company that I felt like I made a choice for myself. I didn't run to anyone for advice, I didn't obey anyone. I took action for myself, and I have to say, V, it wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it would be. For months and months, people like Sasha Electrica, Priscilla Kelly, even the damn commentary team, put the thought into my head that maybe my sister V doesn't have my best interest in mind. And I know that sounds crazy. It did to me, too. Then slowly the narrative started to shift. People in the locker room telling me I'm only here because of you, that I'm not good enough to be here, that I'm just a nepotism hire. I know for a fact you've heard them say that. For a long time, I sat with it all, and I compartmentalized it. And at Haven, I had a realization. V, I'm not here in SSWP because of you. I'm here in SSWP in spite of you. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Before you were a champion, before the tacky ring gear, before the desperation, me and you were just two starry-eyed hopefuls in development. I worked my ass off day after day, and you did too. I can't take that away from you. When it was time to make the jump and coaches made their picks, you were chosen and I wasn't. It didn't matter because I was so happy for you. I remember I came by the locker room that night to say goodbye and you had already gone. I watched you have a crazy first few months full of memories and I cheered you on from the sidelines. But deep down, I just wished I could be in that ring with you. I kept working hard, and finally the day came where they told me it was time for me to make the jump. But they told me I was making the jump because you personally requested it. You had the power the entire time to bring me with you. I came to the roster, and on my first night, I helped you retain against Soraya. Even at Right to Resistance, when you lost, I was in your corner. I wasn't ever concerned about my own career. I wanted to make sure you shined. I saved you from beatdowns. I came into matches and evened the odds. But when the locker room went sour on me, you did nothing. When Velvet called me an entitled bitch right in front of you, you did nothing. When I faced Francis Evermore at Emerald Fusion and Medusa got involved and made it a 2-on-1, you were nowhere to be found. And still, I stuck by you. And then you started rejecting me. My own sister started rejecting me. When you and Dakota had a tag match against the Nice girls, I offered to help and you told me to stay backstage. Before your match with Priscilla, I offered to help and you told me to watch from catering. I thought to myself, why the hell do I keep sticking my neck out for you if you wouldn't lift a finger to help me? And I want the entire crowd to shut the hell up right now, because I mean every word of what I'm about to say. V, everyone is right about you. You're ego-driven. Not even just in SSWP from the time we were kids in grade school. You've always been obsessed with being the best, and you've never cared what that cost you or the people around you. I believe you would throw me to the wolves if it meant keeping that title around your waist. You're desperate and pathetic. You crawled back to your arch nemesis for help because you just couldn't stand not having gold around your waist for even 5 minutes. Everything is right in the world as long as everyone acknowledges V Rose as the best. And you know what's nasty about all of this? V, I know you. I know you better than anyone else. I know what happened at Haven truly makes you sick to your stomach. I don't doubt that. But I also know the real reason why you're so disgusted isn't because your sister, who you love, turned on you. It's because I embarrassed you. Not by taking you out, but by giving you the win. I know that it eats at you inside that you and everyone here knows the only reason you're the Women's Liberty Champion is because of me. Because for the almighty V Rose, giving anyone else credit for her victory is a fate worse than death. You walk around with this huge inflated ego, like you're God's gift to the world. Newsflash V, you aren't shit without me saving your ass. Your brain-dead fans say, oh well, V was winning. Yeah, she was winning at Right to Resistance too. Until she wasn't. I'm the reason you hold that title. You're not a real champion. You're not the Women's Liberty Champion. We are the Women's Liberty Champion. And now, I'm done listening to you or anyone else. V, I want to take this all from you. I want you to watch me beat you. I want to see the panic in your eyes when you look at me and you don't recognize who I am. You won't recognize your little sister, Tony. Because from this day forward, V, I disown you. Don't call me your sister ever again. The only thing you can call me is your next challenger for the SSWP Women's Liberty Championship.
All right. All this family counseling is fun or whatever, but can you two hop off your soapboxes for a second? Tony is right about one thing, V. You wouldn't be holding that title if it wasn't for her. But Tony, you poor little thing, that doesn't mean you get to just skip the line. So, if you're gonna do it right. Me and you tonight in the main event in a #1 contenders match. I'll show you why you should have stayed your dumbass in catering.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 479 pounds, the team champions.
Well, the duo's champs, more ammo are here, which means it's time for some fun action. Gibson and Wilcox, two of the newest crowned champions in SSWP.
Never a dull moment. They earned the gold by knocking off Danny Haw and Eddie Sabin just a short time ago. They've said the more ammo era starts tonight, so let's witness history.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 458 pounds, the Fallen.
New wave duo Fallen consists of brothers Alfie and Nolan Parcher, two of the hottest individual acts from Manchester, England, making their SSWP debut tonight.
Not far off the rails of Nolan Parcher's win over Rodney Pitt on the After Hours show, can they ride that momentum into a debut win?
That would indeed be huge and would likely shake the foundations here.
Wilcox setting up, higher power.
Another successful showcase of the More Ammo brand of offense.
Here are your winners.
And the trains just keeps on rolling for Troy Gibson and Ramel Wilcox.
Wait, Kyo and Briggs, they're jumping the duo's champions.
And making a statement while doing it. There's many ways to make an impression, and this is just one of them. The power trip is firmly in our minds after this. At Haven, it was the punch heard around the world that called for the end of Badmouth and the new chapter for Madison, Sabin, and Danny Haw. At the conclusion of their 2-on-3 match against World Heavyweight Champion Baca and Super Junior Champion Wolfgang Angelo, in which they lost, Madison would offer the exclamation point on the night, dropping his former comrade Danny with a right hand.
And now, with the factions seemingly in the dirt, or at the very least in great jeopardy, each member now has the responsibility of making the decision on how this new chapter in their careers will play out. Madison makes his speech of intent tonight.
For those of you who aren't aware, at Haven the final nail was driven into the ruse that was Badmouth, a faction that never had my best interest from day one, a faction that nearly ended my career and left me in isolation for months. Danny, as much as I know you hate me right now, we both know me punching you square in your face was quite frankly the least you deserve. Velvet? I have absolutely nothing to say to you, and frankly, you've been pretty distant from the group. So with all that said, there's one man who I am not finished with. The one man who nearly put me on the sidelines for good, and then won gold with my friends. The one man who I especially owe an ass-whooping to me. Eddie, I'm waiting.
There is the man who months ago put J. Jacobs Madison's career in a state of jeopardy before becoming a man fully united under the Badmouth banner until Jay scratched and clawed his way back. Eddie has changed a lot since then, but one thing is for sure, he's still very much the bear.
You know what happens when you poke the bear, right? Sabin is 6'8", 270 pounds, and is built like something inhuman. Jay has been in the ring with Eddie before, and he knows more than anyone that the nickname isn't just a moniker.
No need to get into small talk. Everyone here knows how we feel about each other. You don't like me, and frankly, I want you dead. Eddie, you make a very big deal out of the fact that no one has beaten you one-on-one. You come out here and you spew your garbage about how one day, just one day, you'll decide to run through the heavyweight championship division, and no one will be able to stop you. But Eddie, you and I both remember the match where you nearly took me out. And you and I both know that I was just one big moment from taking you out and ending your hype train at the door. You came in being known as the Bear, and I almost put the Bear down for good. You've faced talent all over the world, but the one man who had the Bear caught in a bear trap was J. Jacobs Madison. Eddie, Deep down, you know that's no fluke, and I plan to prove it isn't. I want another shot at you, and this time I'm going to put you down.
Jay, no one ever wanted it to be this way but you. We had everything under control without you, and you could have easily have come back and fit right into what we were doing. But no, you're selfish. Because if Jay doesn't feel right about something, he has to ruin it for everyone. You're so deluded. Danny didn't want me to have to fight you. He and Velvet tried everything they could to make this work. But you're so hell-bent on bringing everyone down to your level. So okay, you really want to prove yourself so badly? You're willing to sacrifice yourself and your friendships to knock me off? Okay, I accept, but not under regular conditions. Eddie Sabin versus Jay Jacobs Madison at Rage in the Cage, in a Rage in the Cage match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by The Destroyer from Birmingham, England, weighing in at 172 pounds, Hannibal Haas.
Off the tails of Destroyer's huge win against Grime, Hannibal Haas now has the responsibility of following up on that win. But against who?
The million-dollar question. As stated earlier, Grime has selected a mystery opponent for Hannibal to take on, since Grime himself took on a significant amount of damage in his battle with the Destroyer at Haven. In what's already been a fun night, we always love more surprises.
Is your money still on Santa Claus?
I was thinking more like the Easter Bunny, honestly.
And I now have the responsibility of reporting that following Tony's explanation earlier tonight, SSWP Women's Liberty Champion V. Rose has left the arena. Reports from backstage staff say that she was virtually catatonic and unresponsive as she walked to her cab in shock after hearing Tony's words.
Could either be disbelief or maybe even a bit of a reality check. Either way, the fact that it was done in front of all of her fans doesn't help matters. But anyways, I can't wait to see who this mystery opponent is. Oh boy!
The greatest SSWP Super Junior champion of all time.
And his opponent, accompanied by The Show, Grime from Texas, weighing in at 225 pounds, Gene.
A brilliant choice by Grime to pick not only a man he shared the red ring with, but one of the greatest players with arguably the greatest single title reign in SSWP history thus far.
Indeed, but this won't faze Hannibal. Mostly because I don't think he even knows what's going on half the time. But also because he's always potentially much more dangerous when in a position like this. Jinx connects. And a great return for Jinx.
Here is your winner, Jinx.
He has a long way to go before I start liking him, but this is a step in the right direction. Great work from Jinx. Big Time Duos action next as Militia takes on Danny Ha and Austin Graves.
Boy, they treat me like a god. Smith, LA to Indiana, Carolina to Atlanta, Ohio, Louisiana. Take a trip to California, then I catch a flight to Nashville. I get them gone, then I re-up. In the sticks, way deep in the cut. Speak the lingo when I meet the plug. My business consistent, I keep it a book. Tatted white boy, loaded the truck. In the zone, no fuck. In the East Coast, they cashing out. In the Midwest, they eating them up. Trash bags, look, blue face. Living life out of suitcase. Organized like we the mob. Maintain them ties like shoelaces.
Brothers Rodney and Zach Pitt align themselves as newly appointed members of the Soul Summit at Haven. And tonight, perhaps maybe under the orders of Miss Soul or SSWP Vice President Jiwo, they attempted an attack tonight on Austin Graves and Danny Ha, their two opponents tonight.
Well, if the summit's mission truly is to stay on top by any means necessary, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they've set about eliminating all possible contenders. But you've got to be a little more calculated when you're dealing with Graves and Danny.
Maybe so, but Militia is a very, very dangerous duo. Gives me chills every time. Once again, I say, open the gates. Austin Graves is here.
A two-time world heavyweight champion. And with the apparent conflicting opinions on his future, the SSWP crowd roars and unites with Graves as he steps into battle.
And their opponents, first, from Auckland, New Zealand, weighing in at 224 pounds, Austin, the technician, Graves.
As you said just a moment ago, Austin Graves earlier tonight sounded like he may be on his last legs. In what would be a shame for such a talented competitor, maybe a win over an extremely tough duo in Militia could bring back the confidence that made him the world heavyweight champion not once, but twice.
And Austin Graves, always the great technician, he's not at all alone tonight. In fact, tonight he teams with a man who he's battled before. One of the most versatile talents in SSWP, Danny Ha. not far from the night where he was left lying on the canvas by his former ally. Danny Ha refuses to waste any time jumping into a new chapter, although you do have to wonder if he's firmly put that saga behind him.
If he hasn't, he's going to find himself on the losing team tonight. But Danny is a former SSWP Duos champion. He knows this realm very well, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him take the charge in this matchup. Graves and Ha are your winners.
Firing on all cylinders tonight. It was a rough and ugly fight, but Graves was the one to put the dagger in this one.
Wait, Danny with a flying knee to Graves. What the hell just happened?
On what seemed like a great win. Danny, what did you just do? And here is the man who very well made his presence known at Haven. After Wolfgang Angelo retained the Super Junior Championship against Jordan Knight, Christian Payne would emerge and lay out the champion. And later that same night, he would come face-to-face with the SSWP World Heavyweight Champion Baca, signaling his intentions going forward.
A former SSWP Super Junior champion now stepping up for even more gold. With Rage in the Cage just weeks away, Christian Payne, now is the time to send your letter of intent.
Austin Graves came out here tonight and spoke about how conflicted he was after losing the World Heavyweight Championship to Baca. I can't speak for all of you, but as someone who has also felt the power that Baca brings to the table, Austin Graves, I commend you, and I want you to know that you are not done. But with all due respect, unlike my buddy Graves, when Baca put me on the shelf, there was never a doubt in my mind about what was next for me. I knew that I would be back here, and I knew that I wouldn't stop until I had Baca's head on a spike. Angelo, you're the SSWP Super Junior Champion, right? Make no mistake, I don't like you any more than I like Baca, Jiwo, or even Miss Soul. But my deal isn't with you, so take the ass-whopping I gave you at Haven and stay out of this before I give you another just like it. Baca, you think you can make me go away that easy, huh? A powerbomb off the stage? I'll tell you what, I've sparred with V Rose, and she hits a hell of a lot harder. I'm here for one reason and one reason only. Baca, I'm gonna put you in the dirt. I'm going to take the SSWP World Heavyweight Championship from you, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. You can send Militia my way, I'll give them early dismissal. You can send Angelo my way, I'll drop his ass again. You can even send your sister Jiwo, I'll hit her with an unprettier. Maybe it'll fix her head shape. At the end of the day, the world will know Christian Payne as the SSWP World Heavyweight Champion and Baca as perhaps the greatest flash-in-the-pan champion. I'm cutting your reign short. You've got 4 weeks. The chosen one, Christian Payne, versus the contract killer Baca in a Rage in the Cage match. 20 minutes, 1 cage. Let's see you try and survive, bitch.
Well, you ask and you may receive. Christian Payne's call-out has not gone unnoticed.
It is now time. Priscilla Kelly versus Toni Rose, one-on-one to decide the next challenger for the SSWP Women's Liberty Championship. Just when we all thought the Nice Girls versus the Rose Sisters saga was coming to a close, this rivalry got a shot in the arm. Priscilla Kelly is now your former SSWP Women's Liberty Champion, as she was pinned by an unconscious V Rose. Toni Rose, who is her opponent tonight, attacked both her sister and Kelly before dragging her sister's body for the pin.
Toni gave her reasons earlier, and I must repeat, V Rose has left the building tonight. Her whereabouts are unknown.
Woman of the Hour, Toni Rose has gone from the most hated woman in the SSWP women's locker room to the main headline of the entire company over the last 5 days. Not only has she catapulted herself into the spotlight, but she's catapulted into what is arguably the biggest match of her career tonight.
After hearing her explanation, maybe Toni is right. We've been watching with rose-tinted glasses, no pun intended. The issues that made Toni put a steel chair in her sister's back may just be issues that have been right in front of our faces this entire time. She might be in over her head, but at least she's in. Tony is actively proving a lot of doubters wrong with how she's taking it to a former champion like this.
Falconero.
Tony Rose just snatched the biggest win of her career. She will now take on her own sister at Rage in the Cage.
Here is your winner,
An unbelievable upset. Tony has beaten the woman who dethroned her own sister, and she did it with no one in her corner.
Wait, is that Toni Storm?
What the hell is she doing here? Oh my God, Saraya!
Saraya and Toni Storm have history teaming with each other, and now Saraya is set on destroying Priscilla Kelly. Someone has to stop this. Chair shot after chair shot raining down on the former Women's Liberty champion. The foundation has once again been shaken.
クリスチャン・ペイン、私はあなたの挑戦を受け入れます。そしてあなたの勇気を称賛します。しかしあなたはゆっくりと死ぬでしょう。そして私はまだヘビー級チャンピオンであり続けます。